this moment of silence was brought to you by Tony's Chips.
My chips.
Yeah, you have chips.
I wish
Congrats.
I had chips.
What's your favorite chip?
I like the original kettle chip.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good. What about you?
Cheddar sour cream.
Yeah, I don't like when I think of chips, I don't want to bite into something sour.
It's not sour though. There's no sour to cheddar sour cream. It's not like Sour Patch Kids the chip.
No, I don't think it's sour by that much.
Warhead's the chip.
No. It's not sour by that level of sour, but it's not as savory as I would like it.
This is like the most savory in my opinion.
Okay, maybe
you can't get more savory.
Well, I guess I just like salt. Just very basic bitch salt. Go. That's it. That's it. You don't need to
take
fluff
the
it up.
saltiest salt that there is salt.
No, not saltiest salt. We're not trying to, eat the ocean. That's dumb. Just
There's your band name.
What?
There's your band name. Eat the Ocean.
Eat the Ocean? Oh God.
Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, put it in the chat, put it in the comments, put it in whatever. But tell me his band should not be Eat the Ocean. That is amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if it was already taken, honestly.
There already is a band with the word ocean in it. It's like Blame the Ocean or something. Estrella and I reacted to one of their songs in recent past, and they're out of, I think they're out of Australia, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a while ago.
Okay, I'm not.
Oh, As Oceans Flatline.
I'm not seeing any bands called Eat the Ocean. You are in luck, Tony.
I'm in luck?
Yeah.
Okay. So from this point on,
what's going to be your instrument?
Oh, without a doubt, I'm either going to be bass or drums. I could be like the singer in Atreyu, and be on drums, but also be like the clean vocalist. And then you'll be the scream vocalist. You were Char. You were Char. Like I think Char's just go in there just doing the scream, but then also muting right at the apex of it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, I think you aren't gonna play any instrument. You're just gonna be the hype man.
This is gonna be a one-man
that's
band
all you're gonna do.
Thing?
Is no. There's gonna be a full band. All your bandmates are there. You are a bandmate, quote unquote. But all you're up there for is like mid-song hype. Like instead of the singer, doing the like, hey, clap with me thing.
Right.
Like that's your job. Your job is to get the crowd going. The singer's just kind of holding the mic stand, just getting into it, that kind of thing. But you're the one that's like waving to the crowd. Your whole job is just to flap your arms.
I think you're confusing a metal group with a rap crew.
No. This is your band. So you don't have to follow any sort of like rules of like, oh, the rap crew has this kind of person.
Okay.
But
all right.
The metal band. No, this is your band. So you do the you thing. You got this.
Okay, well, I appreciate your confidence in this hypothetical band that is going to start. I will need some cash, so if you want to send some startup money so we can get our instruments and recording time at the studio, that'd be awesome.
Hashtag Eat the Ocean.
Eat the Ocean. Oh, my God. So we missed last week because of some miscommunication. So we're recording this week, and then we're probably going to record next week just to get back on track.
Yeah.
But over the weekend. I hope you had a great 4th of July. And I hope everyone
Definitely.
else had a very wonderful, safe
Did
4th of
now
July.
this was the like 4th of July in America and stuff. So
Right.
did you have a burger? Did you have a burger?
Did I have a
during the
burger?
weekend?
Oh, you just made me feel terrible. No, we had pizza. We had.
I'll give it as like a close like third.
Okay.
Like it's not barbecue.
No,
but like
no.
yeah,
not
I'll give it
barbecue.
a close third. I had a burger in like on Friday and on Saturday.
Okay, so not on Sunday, but you did have it.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Saturday and Sunday, not Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
I got the days wrong.
Okay.
But yes, I did have a burger
All right,
on
so
the day.
you
It was
had
a
a
smoked burger too.
for me. Like you are taking away, or not taking away. You're helping me by keeping the burger to person ratio up by having an extra one on your own. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that. No,
it's my pleasure.
I even said to my dad, like, hey, for 4th of July, we should, probably, keep with tradition and do something American. And he's like, what about pizza? And I was like, all right, that's Italian, but it's also American,
It's very Americanized, so that
we
it
went
works.
to one place, or the first place we wanted to go to was closed because of the holiday. The second place we wanted to go to, it said on Google it was open. And we get there, they are closed.
Ah, no.
Because of the holiday. And then we call another place, which is like 7 minutes down yonder, and they're open. And then they pick up the phone. Are you open? Yes, we're open. Awesome. We're headed our way. And there's nobody there. Like they're open.
What?
They're open, but there's no patrons at all. Like we had the whole run of the place.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So, I was a little concerned that the pizza was going to be, third rate because it was effectively our third choice because it wasn't top of mind of my father or his wife to say, hey, no, I heard this place is really good. Oh my God, the pizza was amazing. The pizza was great.
Dude, that's always fun to like get to know a place like that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, service wasn't the greatest because they only had 2 employees. And they were also setting up for a party that supposedly was happening in a few hours from that point. But
so with that in mind, how was the service?
Great, fine, yeah. No, it was fine with that in mind.
I actually got to see for the first time in person. That said, it was at a gas station, and it was like a franchised Chevron, and in this Chevron they had like a local shake shop, and I think all they did was shakes. They had like a very local shake shop that seemed very, very, very popular in the area that we were in because we were up at Bear Lake, and they had a sign on the door that said something along the lines of like, our employees that are here want to be here, please be patient with us. And I'm like, my heart, my soul out to those employees.
Seriously.
Like, that hurts to read.
Yeah. No, that's really awesome because I know when it gets to a certain point of critical mass and the line for anything kind of goes out the door, and there's like 2 employees, and customers like, oh, what the hell's taking so long? It's like, listen. You've chosen to stay in this line. You can leave. There's nothing keeping you from leaving. Like, go. If you don't want to be here, just go. They're going as fast as they can. And if they're dealing with a customer that's ordering, 7 different ice cream concoctions or milkshake concoctions, guess what? They're ordering 7 different concoctions. That's what they're doing. Deal with it. I had something similar with Cold Stone where the line was out the door, mostly because of COVID restrictions, but still, it was a long line, and the family in front of me was like, oh my God, it's taking so long. Like, you can see inside. The girls that are working there are not just standing there. They're working their ass off. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, either you have no concept of food service, or you just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. In which case, shut up. Don't bring everybody else down because you have no patience.
Yeah, that hurts.
Did you get a
That
chance to
hurts.
try the shakes though, or was the line too like?
We had already gone to a different place called La Beau's for shakes.
I don't see a problem here. Double
I am
fisted.
slightly slightly
LeBeau's
lactose intolerant.
And do shake. Not bad. Ooh.
I'm slightly lactose intolerant, and the other place sated my want for sugary delights.
I got you. All right.
I had a Reese's shake. It was really good.
You know, I'm a big fan of Reese's, but all the Reese's things, except for the cereal. The cereal is really good, but all the other Reese's things that they do, especially with the frozen treats, I feel like it's too artificial of flavoring. Now, I know there are some places that will put actual Reese's peanut butter cups and crumple them into the shake or into your Cold Stone or something. Those are fine, but it's the actual ice cream that's like Reese's Pieces flavored or Reese's peanut butter cup flavor. Like those are the ones I'm like, it sounds cool in theory and it looks great in the ad, but for me at least, when I taste it, it tastes too chemically.
Disappointing.
Yeah. But yours was good?
It was amazing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
How far is Bear Lake from where you guys reside?
Like 2.5 hour drive.
Ah, my God. How did you manage, Mr. I Hate Long Drives?
I wanted to do the thing with the family and stuff and powered through.
Did they have the boat there? Or
No.
Okay.
The boat is not in our position yet.
Okay.
So
no, we were supposed to
but-
go to a lake called Lake Folsom yesterday, but my father informed me that in order to even get into the parking lot, we would have had to have been there at 8 a.m. And yeah, I made the same face. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not what I was, maybe planning. He's like, yeah, no, any other day, the time you want to go is fine. But he's like, son, it's 4th of July. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Fine.
I was just kind of hoping everybody else would want to do non-lake things. And like, no, everyone's taking advantage of this weather. And oh my God, I know you didn't stay outside for fireworks last night, but for us, like at 10 o'clock at night in short sleeves watching the fireworks, I was not cold at all. There was no wind. It was a great temperature. It was perfect weather. I don't know of any people that had set off any fires because of their illegal use of fireworks. If you did, y'all's are assholes. But I did see a number of police roaming around the city with spotlights looking for people that
looking for people doing the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're in a bit of a drought ourselves, and pretty much like the state. I didn't understand the whole like what happened because I thought we were like completely banning fireworks, and then we didn't do that, but we did do that, but somehow like the fireworks were okay, and like they were okay for the day of or something like that, and I'm confused as to what happened, but a lot of people in the state, including myself, were like, just you know what, let's just skip this year. We don't need to, like, as much as everybody wants fireworks, and even myself, like I love fireworks. Fireworks are amazing. Not this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get any kind of like let's not do it because of our drought, although we are in a drought in California. Because we still had the fireworks stands up, and like I said, there were people shooting off the illegal aerial fireworks left and right as we're driving down the freeway. So it didn't seem like there was any kind of like mass reminder like, hey, folks in California, calm down, because, if you remember about a year ago, we had that big, F off forest fire. Let's not let that happen again, because we don't have that much water. So it's very apropos that you should wear that shirt, because something else happened over the weekend. Did you hear what happened with Apex?
I heard like a hack was going on or something.
Yeah. So effectively, I don't know if it made the game unplayable. I think it did, according to Kurt, our friend in Ohio. He said it did. But apparently, this group was able to hack the servers that affected not only PC players but console and Switch players. So everybody across the board. And it basically, in the bottom left-hand corner where you normally like ready up to say I'm ready to go, it said save Titanfall 1 or savetf1.com. So obviously people would go to that website. And the whole thing is Titanfall 1 is available on Origin still. It's available through Steam now. And apparently it is so buggy that people that enjoy that mode of Titanfall versus Titanfall 2, they have reached out to Apex devs, or not Apex devs, Respawn devs, and said, guys, fix these lobbies, or fix this problem, or fix this, and it's fallen on silent ears. So I guess somebody in that community said, hey, if you're not going to listen, we're going to do this thing. So they did that thing and made Apex unplayable. And so
that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
honestly, like somebody brought up a really good point in one of the chats, was like, if you're going to hack the game and you're going to be able to get into like the code to that level, why not do something that's more like something that would get their attention and cause more people to like pay attention? Like, why not give everyone an heirloom? Why not give everyone like 100 Apex packs? Like, you do that and make them start losing money, and all of a sudden you have a lot more attention than just making it so people, oh, I can't play Apex today, I'm going to move on to
That's not a bad idea,
the next game.
Because, it's one thing to take it away. It's one thing to take away playtime from the average user. But if you take away playtime from the average user and you give them, like you said, heirloom shards or a bunch of Apex packs, and for those of you who don't know this game, these are effectively things you would have to pay for with actual money, and Respawn and EA would not be they would lose money if everybody got a ton of Apex packs, so that's not a bad idea. But do you think now, do you think now that the devs would take this more seriously, not from the Apex thing, but actually go back to Titanfall 1 and say, all right, fine, we hear you, we're going to fix this?
I don't know. Honestly, it's an old game. Like, that's the thing. It's hard to say because it's not exactly like, oh man, Titanfall 2 even, where it's like the most recent version of the game. I mean, this game came out 7 years ago. Like, I love Titanfall 1, but also like, guys, it's a little old. Like, I don't know what the issue is. Maybe the issue is like something that it's like legitimately like, come on, like this should be fixed at least a little bit. But like, it also is a pretty old game.
Yeah.
And it's like a little bit move on, especially the difference between Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. I mean, I went back to Titanfall 1, I don't know, a couple months ago, maybe even a year ago. And like, I kind of was like, wow, this is comparatively terrible.
All right.
Don't get me wrong, I love Titanfall 1. I played the crap out of Titanfall 1, but when you went to Titanfall 2, you realized, oh, this is so much better.
What if Respawn's response is just to, take it out of the stores? because that's one of the things that I read is that it's available on Origin, and as of recently, it's available on Steam. So EA is attempting to make money off of the purchase of this game, albeit probably, it's not $60 anymore. It's probably like $10 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So by that, if they just took it away from the stores and just shut down servers and just moved all that server load to support, other projects that Respawn has or elsewhere in EA's portfolio, would that solve the problem? I mean, yes, it's going to make a lot of people upset, but would that solve the problem, do you think?
I think it'd be worse if they shut down the servers, honestly, like, especially since people still buy that game. It's going to make people mad because it is an online only game. You can't play it without the servers. If the servers are down and offline, you don't play that game.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, part of me was thinking if they were to take it offline, shut down those servers, and for the people that bought it in the last 30 days, here's your money back, or here's EA credits, EA bucks, whatever they call it. Maybe that would, or Steam credits if you bought it on Steam. Maybe that would kind of lessen the blow. Say, look, we know you love this, but it's an old game. Move on. Then, the other meme is, Titanfall 3 is being worked on as well too. So how many people are still going to want Titanfall 1 when Titanfall 2 is a damn good game on its own? And they're, probably going to come out with TF3 in a couple of years.
Oh, please, 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 please. But anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, my friend.
So Canada had Canada Day a couple of days ago.
Oh, Canada. Sorry.
And usually they do the big spectacular fireworks for them. But they wanted to tone it down, and instead they wanted to have an respective look at themselves of let's really talk about and really recognize what we have done to the Inuit and native tribes of Canada.
Interesting.
And so even Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, got up on his podium, said, yes, Canada is lovely. We love Canada. I love Canada. But in order to get here, we've effectively murdered and killed, tribes and civilizations to get to this point. And we need to, have reparations for that. We for the families that were able to survive, we need to, apologize. So,
interesting.
I don't know if you were aware of this, but a while back, and I'm saying maybe a month ago, not underneath, but nearby a private school in Canada was found a mass grave of Native children.
I heard something about that. Was that where was that again?
I don't know exactly where in Canada, if it was Ontario or what, but effectively the school itself was one of those schools that was trying to make the savage, quote unquote, for people that are listening, not, quote unquote, the savage community more Christian. Right?
Okay. And when were these murders when did they happen? Do they know?
They do know, but I don't know at the top of my head.
Okay.
They do know because at the same time, families were saying, my kids are gone. I don't know what happened to them. But of course, the colonies, the people that had, come over there and colonized from England and France and whatnot, they didn't care.
Right.
They're like, I don't know. take better care of your kids. You losing your kids left and right. No, apparently the school was like they died at the school and they were killing them or whatever, and they shoved them underground nearby. And so this is kind of why, like, as a country, Canada's saying, okay, we screwed up. Let's think about this. Like, have we even recognized that we did this? And so I posed to Aurelia, my fiance, like, what if we did the most un-American thing and did something similar to that? And then I realized, well, we kind of did, but it wasn't on 4th of July. It was on Columbus Day. Like, Columbus Day is no longer considered Columbus Day. It's considered Indigenous Peoples Day, right?
Is that official? Like, did that actually happen?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened years ago. Where have you been?
Not paying attention to my calendar, apparently.
Apparently. But I just thought it was interesting to go back and think of, like, all the things that have been wronged. Do you feel like there's a point to do that? To go back and say, hey, my ancestors did all these bad things to you guys, I'm sorry. Or bad things to your ancestors, I'm sorry. Do you think there's a point? Because you yourself didn't do it. I'm gonna have to asterisk this and say I am no expert here. I don't want to offend anyone or anything like that, because like I'm talking out my butt here. Like, I have no idea. I like, my knee-jerk reaction is I think it's good to recognize it, like, especially if you've been kind of like looking the other way kind of thing, pretending it didn't exist for a long time, that kind of thing. If that's been going on, then yes, I think it's a good idea to at least take a second and like say, hey, we recognize this happened, this was a terrible thing. Like, if there, I don't know, if there's lasting effects from the thing, like communities that are super impoverished or something like that, maybe we can help out those things. I don't know. It's a very, I think it needs to be a case by case basis, because it needs to have the time and attention that a case by case basis offers. But yeah, I think the first thing that needs to do is like make sure it's been recognized, like it hasn't been skirted under the rug, right? That's actually a good that's a good point, because a lot of people will especially when you're talking about specific communities, a lot of people will just kind of think, oh well, that's something that might have happened on the other side of the United States, but it didn't happen in my area. No, it sure as hell did. And once you like, for example, here in San Francisco, annually, the Native Americans will go to Alcatraz. I don't know if they do it anymore, but they will go to Alcatraz on an annual basis and have like this big festival, and to remember their heritage of the tribes that used to live in that area. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. And when you let them know, like, yeah, there were Native Americans that lived right here, but we had the boomstick, and for the ones that didn't work with us or help us, they got boomed, like badly, like a lot, or converted against their will. And when people when people hear that, one of their first reactions, like, no, really? Like, yeah. How do you think colonization works? It's not like a handshake.
Well, it's like, what did we learn in school? And that's one of the problems, is we learn, we got together with the Native Americans, and they taught us how to grow corn, and we showed them how to cook a turkey and stuff. And it's like, no,
yeah, those are
not even close.
Those are footnotes. Those are footnotes.
Like, do I think that happened? Yeah. Do I think that's the whole story? No.
Aurelia made a point when I brought it up to her. She said, if you were colonized, get over it. Like that's unfortunately that's what colonization does. Like if you as a society are overthrown and you're brought into our society and into our colony, and because we have superior gunpowder, and if it is done by force, like there's no reason to dwell on it. And I thought, like, yeah, I get that to a certain point, but it doesn't take away the fact that it wasn't done in a way that was good. I don't know how else to phrase it. Like, yes, we weren't, the Europeans weren't savages, but what they did was definitely like savage. Like it wasn't it wasn't how we describe it to elementary schools. It was the exact opposite of that.
No, it's a hard thing to talk about and a hard thing to decide what the right answer is, but like I'm a firm believer of like you are not responsible for the actions of other people, and even if they're in like your bloodline or whatever, like whatever that, like, okay, my great grandfather, I don't know, was a racist, owned slaves, did terrible things, killed hundreds of people, whatever. It's like that's terrible. But like for a direct bloodline descendant, I am not like, I don't approve of what he did. I didn't do the things he did. I think I'm a much better person than that person in this scenario, right?
Right.
I don't think I owe people something for that. Like myself, I think that it's good to help those things. Like, again, going back to the whole, like, if
you can help the community.
Effects, lasting effects from that, because okay, this community is impoverished or whatever. I think that's good to help where you can, that kind of thing. Just like if it was any other scenario, but
right.
like myself owing because a person in my bloodline was a terrible person. It's just like, well, but I didn't do that. And it's like, it's a hard thing because it sounds so selfish when I say I didn't, I didn't. And it's like, well, okay, but I don't know. It gets so hard to talk about, but that's kind of where I sit, is just like, I, like, as a person, do not, I'm not indebted to anyone, because it's like, you're a great person, I'm a great person. I don't care what you are as a, like, what if we're trying to be like racist, sexist, whatever it is, I don't care. So like, we're good.
Right.
I don't know. It gets so complicated.
I think, and the last thing I'll say is I think you are, this is in a way the perfect example of the privilege that you have been able to afford. Because if you did have a great grandfather who was a terrible person and was on the side of killing,
let's say, the Confederacy or something like that.
Yeah, right, exactly. Specifically the Confederacy. That family lineage, to a degree, was able to reap the benefits of it, and it was able to uphold your community and continue down that line to you. Whereas, so your community as a whole was able to stay not impoverished, not subjugated,
and,
yeah. Whereas, obviously, the other side of that, they're great people, but because they couldn't do what they wanted to do because of the opposite community, they were shot down in more ways than one. So
no, and that's where I say help the communities that have been affected by this for generations and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to even describe, and
we're not going to fix it today.
Yeah, no, it's not. So we could sit here for an hour trying to fix words and stuff. Yeah. If anyone wants to know, my lineage is poor farmers, very poor farmers. They did not. No. They barely owned a house.
I was watching this Vice, when Vice actually did like really good things. I was watching this series on Vice, and this black man, and he's not African American because he's from England. So this black individual, he went to go interview members of the Ku Klux Klan. Like, hi, nice to meet you. Let me invite me into your home. And, some members of the Ku Klux Klan let him in, and they would tell their story to him. And one guy said, yeah, no, I'm not racist. Like, we've never owned slaves. And the guy's like, really? You never did? Like, no, they're way too expensive. We wanted to. I was like, oh my
gosh.
I was like, okay.
Just as I was supporting you, just as I was like, okay, maybe this guy's not that bad.
Yeah. Like, never mind. We didn't get a chance last week to talk up in this forum about our thoughts regarding Windows 11. And so now I want to get your, after 2 weeks of digesting all the news, all the uproar and the excitement of Windows 11, what are your thoughts so far?
I'm really excited for the thing where you can plug in like a monitor or a series of monitors, and like it'll remember where your like tabs were and where your windows were, and then you can unplug and plug it back in, and it'll be back again.
Right.
Like I like that a lot.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, I think it looks really pretty. I think that they've learned a lot since Windows Vista and stuff like that. Like, they've learned what's worked and what hasn't as an OS, and what changes they can do, and like they're still doing like the, hey, we're trying to be, a camp, foot in the camp of like, familiar and the same, but also a foot in the camp of like change, and change is good and stuff like that. But like, I think they're doing it the right way, where it's like, hey, we're not eliminating the old stuff to where it's like you can't go back, you can't do the thing, you are SOL. They're making it so it's like, hey, here's the new stuff, please try it out, but if you don't like it, you can revert back in more than one way. Like, I think they're doing it the right way, so I think the outlook looks good.
I mean, it's very normal, it's very Microsoft to have more than one way to do the same thing, right? Like,
right.
For example, restarting your computer. You can left click on your start menu, go to your power, and then restart. Or you can right click on your start menu and scroll up and do, shut down, restart. Or you can do Control Shift Escape, all of that.
Right.
And that's great. That's really nice that we're still going to have those basic functionalities, because I know a lot of power users want to continue having the shortcut keys or their workflow stay the same. Like, in regards to Windows 11, I'm very excited for Android apps. I don't know exactly how the Intel bridge will work. My concern is that they're calling it the Intel bridge, because Intel as a company did have a lot to have a lot to do with it, with respects to the compiler. So I don't know if you have to have an Intel machine to allow the Android apps to run, or if it's just the type of technology.
Way.
I know,
There's
but
no way.
I know, but like right now it's not clear, and I'm sure people that have the beta can answer this question for me. So, the fact that that particular headline, Android apps only work on Intel machines, is not a headline. Lends
I think
credence.
there's your answer.
Huh? Yeah, I think that's my answer. But the one thing that does bother me about Windows 11 is almost the same thing that bothered me when the original Xbox One came out, and that was the requirement to have it online. At least for the initial startup of it. And I know for you and I, not an issue. For most of our friends, not an issue. But there are families out there, and there are people, and you have spoken to them in your retail sales and training life, that they don't have the best internet or internet at all. Their internet is Starbucks. Their internet is going to to school. And in order to start up Windows 11, at least right now, you have to have an internet connection. I'm okay with you having to require to have them sign in with a Microsoft account. I think that's a very good idea instead of a localized account. But the requirement to have internet right out of the gate, that's a little bit much, I think. But being that what it is, the other thing that's a little confusing is the minimum requirements. So I hope they clear that up. Because that's been
a bit of a mess.
Yeah, there was a time where it's like, yeah, everybody, not everybody. Oh, more people, no, less people. So you had said, oh, because you said on your computer you have a sixth gen Intel processor. So
yes.
For 2 days, that wouldn't have been an issue, because for 2 days it was 5th gen laptops are okay, or 5th gen devices are okay. And then it was like, no, 8th gen. And now it's like skirting around 7th gen. So still not 6.
Yeah. No, I'm still a little behind the times, but
yeah.
We'll see.
But I was listening to a podcast, and I think this is right. When it comes to upgrading to Windows 11, I think right now the people that want to upgrade their current machines are evangelists. They're enthusiasts of Windows and of Microsoft. The everyday person probably not going to want to upgrade. And because they're going to still have the support from Windows 10, I think that is a good, kind of good side by side look. You don't have to upgrade if you don't want to. You can still have Windows 10 and do all the things that you expect to work out in Windows 10. But if you do want to upgrade and your current computer is not eligible, go buy a new computer. I think that's kind of a very simple talk track of how how it's going to work for most people. Whereas I think Windows 10 was more, let's get everybody. Like, no matter what, how old's your computer? I don't care. Let's get you on Windows 10. Do you have Windows 7 or 8? Let's get you on Windows 10. That was the minimum requirement, 7 or 8. Like, I know there was a few other things under the hood that were minimum requirements, but for the most part, like, even the slowest Windows 7 computer got upgraded to Windows 8. You know this.
Right.
Yeah. And so now I think as a company, we've learned from that, because there was a lot of people thought that the upgrade would somehow make their computer faster, or it crashed their computer.
It'll make this faster. Oh, friend. I
mean, if you think about it, if you look at the ads or the marketing material, it's like, it's faster, it's stronger, it's this and that. Like, oh, okay. And your computer's eligible. Oh, okay. So my computer's eligible. My computer's 10 years old. You just said it's faster, it's stronger, it's amazinger. That's going to make my computer all those things. Like, no. No, it's not. You didn't read the asterisks that we had in the corner. Like, it's faster, stronger for modern devices. 10 years old, not a modern device. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry, friend, but the answer is no.
Yeah. So we're kind of back into that same kind of thing here. And even today, you and I sell computers that will not be eligible for the Windows 11 upgrade, the free upgrade. But I think that's fine because again, we don't necessarily. I mean, there are going to be some people, especially like gamers, they're going to want to take advantage of the benefits that Windows 11 is going to offer, like auto HDR and things of that nature. But for the everyday average person, I think sticking with Windows 10 is fine. I don't think there's a need to necessarily push them along to get them onto a computer that will get them to the next best thing, because not everybody needs the next best thing. They're not like us.
Nope. Yep. Well, I can't wait for it to actually release.
Hey folks, thank you so much for watching and or listening. If you want to follow both of us, we are on Instagram under Still Recording Podcast. But if you want to follow us individually, Quinnton, where can people do that?
On Instagram and Xbox at Firewall.
You guys can find me those places under Lazy Tech Tony. Also here on Twitch, twitch.tv/LazyTechTony. We do stream every other Monday, generally, at 9 a.m. Pacific. And if there's anything else, we have a Discord. And also, we have a phone number. Or actually, not really a phone number. But if you go to anchor.fm/stillrecording, you can leave us a message. Again, not a phone number. So maybe we might play it on our next episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Later.
Bye, guys.
Heart